Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. The International Monetary Fund, the IMF, they are the ones determining so many things in Nigeria right now. And they have done it again. And I have said it before. It was the IMF that was behind the flotation of the Naira and the removal of fuel subsidy in the manner it was removed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. And it's like when the IMF tells Nigerian government to jump, Nigerian government asks how high. And in a typical example of what we might refer to, that the witch cried last night and the baby died in the morning. Remember that recently the International Monetary Fund told the federal government of Nigeria to fully eliminate subsidy for fuel and electricity. And the IMF was highlighting that these financial supports are not only too expensive, but are also ineffective in benefiting the most populous people who are in need of it in the country, which was a lie. Because one of the lies they tell about the removal of subsidies is that the people are not benefiting. It is only the rich that are benefiting. But who are suffering most now? It is the poor. A clear indication that it's indeed the poor that are benefiting from the subsidy. But the narrative that was sold about removal of fuel subsidy was that it doesn't benefit the poor. It was only the rich that are getting richer, benefiting from it. But look who is suffering most now: poor Nigerians. So the same narrative was sold a few days ago by the IMF, that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should fully remove fuel, eliminate fuel and electricity subsidy. Of course, many Nigerians were shocked because we were told that the fuel subsidy had been fully removed. At least that was the narrative that we are being told, that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is very courageous to remove the subsidy. But the IMF said no, the subsidy is still there in fuel, that you need to remove it fully. And I had expected the federal government of Nigeria to counter the IMF, say, what are you talking about? We have removed this fuel subsidy. There is no fuel subsidy in Nigeria. But they kept mute, which means they were not sincere in the claim that they removed fuel subsidy. In other words, it means that they are still paying subsidy. It was the same kind of deceit we got under President Muhammad Buhari. Remember when Buhari and Osibanjo came in, they said they have removed fuel subsidy. When the thing got to this level now, when people were asked what's really going on, they said no, we are not paying subsidy, but what we are paying is under recovery. It was Osibanjo that was sent out to be selling that narrative. The federal government was not paying subsidy, that there was no subsidy anymore, that subsidy has been eliminated. Then Osibanjo was telling Nigerians that no, what they are paying is under recovery. They were telling the narrative of under recovery until it got to the level where they can't hide it anymore. They now say, oh, they are paying subsidy, but they are working to eliminate subsidy. Now the IMF exposed the federal government of Nigeria, that the federal government of Nigeria has not really removed the fuel subsidy, as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu claimed. Because that statement by IMF was an opportunity for federal government to counter them. They said, no, you didn't get this right. We have removed fuel subsidy. It therefore means that federal government is paying fuel subsidy. But who are they paying it to is what we'll find out in future, I am sure. And Nigerians will demand explanations. Now, the IMF came up with this idea that federal government must eliminate total subsidy in fuel and electricity. In a press release they issued on Nigeria recently titled, IMF Executive Board concludes post-financing assessment with Nigeria. Now, few days after this announcement by IMF, the Nigerian government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in what you can call a Valentine gift to Nigerians, the administration on Wednesday, February 14, announced plan to stop subsidizing electricity. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabo, disclosed this at a press conference in Abuja on Wednesday, February 14. And the minister said that Nigeria cannot continue to subsidize electricity, adding that the nation must begin to move towards a cost-effective tariff model, whatever that means. The minister claimed that the country is currently indebted to the electricity companies to the tune of 1.3 trillion naira to generating companies or GENCOs, and $1.3 billion old gas companies. And he now said that only 450 billion naira was budgeted to subsidize electricity this year, but the ministry needs 2 trillion for subsidy. In other words, what they are telling us, Nigerians, is that there is no money for subsidizing electricity. So it is a fait accompli that electricity price is going to go up in Nigeria amid all the hardship going on right now. It's a fait accompli. There is no money budgeted for subsidizing electricity. Electricity tariff is a fait accompli. No, nothing more can be added to it. Well, that based on what the labor union will say about it. Are they going to accept it that subsidy will be removed in electricity because no money was budgeted for it? And why was no money budgeted for it in the first place? Since the minister was aware that they needed 2 trillion naira for subsidy, why did they budget only 450 billion naira? It means that they were aware that in line with the IMF directive that they are not going to provide subsidy. That is what it means. And this is typical to what they did at the handover of former President Buhari to Tinubu in the budget of 2023 or budget of 2023 or thereabout. Yeah, they didn't make provision for fuel subsidy, and then left it for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to announce that there is no subsidy on fuel anymore. So that's it. This is a deliberate plot to remove the subsidy on electricity. You know, there had been back and forth with the public and particularly with the labor union about this tariff on electricity, on the tariff on electricity. Government have been trying to do everything possible to increase the tariff. Now it appears that no going back on it. But what are the implications for Nigerians? Because it is the Nigerian people that will bear the brunt of the fallout from this removal of subsidy for electricity. It means electricity price is going to go up, and as electricity price goes up, those who use it to produce anything in Nigeria will jack up their prices. And then you begin to ask yourself, why are things going up? Why are prices of goods, even those manufactured in Nigeria, up? And the same government is complaining that prices of goods are going up, and they want to control the price of goods. They have just talked about resuscitation of the commodity market, so that to be able to manage the prices of goods in the country. So it means that the economic situation of the average Nigerian is going to get worse this year. And this is also happening at a time when the same IMF, in the same study of Nigeria, said that our foreign reserve is going to drop to $24 billion this year, thereby exacerbating the economic crisis in the country. So which way in Nigeria? What is the hope of the common man in Nigeria? Because the common man does not enjoy any subsidy, anything that can help him to lift him out of poverty. All those things are being removed with reckless abandon, without regard for his welfare. That is what we are witnessing right now. Because this electricity, we know that electricity supply in Nigeria is irregular, but when it is available, it ought to be at a price that it could be able to help small businesses to be able to function effectively and be competitive, so that whatever they produce can be competitively priced compared to imported goods. But what are we getting now? We are in a position now where the cost of production is going to go very high in the country, and it will affect the price of goods. And when it affects the price of goods produced in Nigeria, it means that the goods produced in Nigeria will not be competitive with the goods produced in China and elsewhere. That is why you see goods made in Nigeria are also very expensive. And people will prefer to buy the foreign-made one, which they perceive to be better, than to purchase made in Nigerian goods. So our government is indirectly, by these actions they take, killing small businesses in Nigeria. And the consequences include the stagnation of the economy, the impoverishment of the people, the increase in poverty, and with the increase in poverty, the increase in criminality and banditry. So, from all indication, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration had made up his mind. There will be no subsidy on electricity. Nigerians must pay more for electricity. And this is not a time for Nigerians to really sit on the fence. People have to say their mind so that government will realize that this thing is touching them directly. And already I can assure that the labor will protest against it, but labor is so unreliable that whatever protest they make will not have any impact with the government, because the government, it appears, has understudied the labor and know that they can back, but they can't bite. So it is the ordinary Nigerians that will have to show the government that they don't accept this extra hardship to be added to the already hardship that had been existing in the past few months as a result of food scarcity, insecurity, killings, and what have you. So basically, what the government has done by the announcement by the Minister of Power on Valentine's Day is to tell Nigerians, despite our assurances to you that you should be patient, that things will get better, things are going to get worse before it could ever get better. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. Thank you and God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you and God bless you and yours.